Hi guys, welcome to this episode of the Cupcake Confession. My name is Samina and today I will show you how to make this delicious chocolate and vanilla marbled loaf cake. Look at the swirl of chocolate and vanilla into each other. It also has a secret ingredient. It's called mava or milk solids. Very popular in India, but in case you can't find it, it's totally optional. But if you do, just add it, you won't regret it. Here are the ingredients that you will need. You are going to begin with unsalted butter. To that, you will need icing sugar and caster sugar. These are the two different kinds of sugars. You will also need flour, baking soda and baking powder, eggs. You will also need yogurt. You will need cocoa powder. This is the mava. You will need milk and the vanilla extract. The entire recipe is available on my website and the link is available in the description box below. You will start off by whisking your butter first. It's just butter and you're just whisking it on a low speed just to loosen it up so it's more light and fluffy and goes a little pale and creamier. Once you achieve that texture, you will then start adding your both your sugars. I have used icing sugar and caster sugar in this, so you will add it in small increments because, as you know, icing sugar is extremely strange. It'll just fly into your face if you try to just add it and then whisk it. So my tip here is to use a spatula and to fold or just basically just mix it as you want because you're going to cream it later anyways. So fold it with a spatula and then start whisking it. At least you know your face won't be dusted with powder snow. So then you start whisking it again. You add your second installment of sugars. Then you do the same thing. You use a spatula, you fold the icing sugar and the caster sugar into the butter. You mix it all, make it uniform, make sure that there's no chance of that thing flying onto your face or your countertop or your kitchen. Trust me, cleaning up is the worst thing ever. So then do that, keep whisking it again. Now keep whisking it on a medium speed for about 2 to 3 minutes till your mixture goes pale, fluffy, light, creamy. You know what I mean? You just know that it's right, but don't over cream it because it'll just curdle. While you're doing that, also make sure that you scrape the sides of your bowl because otherwise you're just going to be creaming in the center and the sides won't be creamed at all. So you don't want uneven textures to your cake, do you? So just keep creaming it well. After scraping the sides, a final scrape down and you'll be good to go. Once this mixture has been well creamed, it's time to add your eggs. Now my recommendation is to never add all your eggs in one go because it'll just end up curdling the mixture. You won't get a good texture to your cake as well. So what I recommend is to add one egg at a time, and between each additions on a low speed, just whisk it till everything comes together. You have time to cream it later on, but at the moment just until it comes together. Now you add your second egg, do the same. Once it has come together, you increase the speed of your hand mixer or your stand mixer. If you're making it in a stand mixer, you increase the speed, make it about medium, and then you keep whisking it again for about 30 seconds more. Then you add your vanilla, whisk it again. Now once you have done that comes the magical ingredient. This is mava. Look at the color of that thing. That has happened because you keep cooking the milk away. You just keep cooking it for hours and hours at end till all the water content inside the milk has completely evaporated and it has caramelized into this delicious goodness. Lumps of milk solid that are so absolutely decadent. It will add the richness to your cake that you won't get anywhere else or using any other method. So I know it's a little difficult to find it outside of India, but if you get your hands on this, take it and add it. Trust me, you will love the cake, you will love the taste, and you will love the richness that it gets. If you are diet conscious, stop watching this video right away because this is not for the people who want to eat healthy right now. For a cheat meal, perfect. Now Once you've added your mawa or your khoya or your milk solids, just keep whisking it. You want it well incorporated because the heat from all the whisking is going to crumble the mawa, make it more homogeneous so it mixes well into the batter. So once you have done that, again I would recommend giving it a scrape through so that any bits and bobs that are attached to the side of the bowl, they come together, they are brought into the center to cream and they're not left outside. It's like being an outsider in a group that you know you belong to. It's not good, right? Then you add your yogurt and then you also add your milk. Now yogurt and milk do the work of loosening the batter up, because if there is no liquid content in it, it's just going to be a really thick batter, and because it is that thick, your results will be a very heavy cake and you don't want that. Then you add your flour mix. Now what I suggest again is to add it in small increments, because it will get very, very overwhelming if you add all of the flour at once, because you have to use your spatula to fold the batter, to fold the flour into the batter. Also what I'd recommend is to take a big bowl, unlike what I did. So I had to change my bowl in the middle of baking because obviously I had taken a small bowl. I didn't see the bigger picture because this is a bigger cake. Once you have added all your flour, you're going to use your spatula and fold the batter in, fold the flour into the batter. Don't mix it the way you feel like mixing it, because you're just going to knock the air out of the batter, which is not good. You don't want a heavy cake. So you just fold in the flour, and once you do that, just roughly, I mean, you don't need to take your measuring scales out or something. You know how to approximate approximately. Divide your batters into 2 bowls so that you can make the other one chocolate flavored. That's how you get the marble cake. Wow, I didn't know that, right? Bad joke. Anyways, let's get back to mixing. You add your cocoa powder into the divided batter, just one part of it, of course, and then you just keep mixing it well, whisk it well, fold it inside, fold it into the batter so you don't knock any air out. And once you have done that, you will get this delicious looking, fragrant, I mean the milk solids, the mawa, really, you can smell it from a distance and it's gorgeous. So you're going to use this chocolate batter and this vanilla batter together to make your loaf cake. Once you have mixed it, you will then need your loaf tin. What I have done is I have lined it with parchment paper. You can omit that, but if you do, just make sure you spray it enough with cooking spray so it doesn't stick to the sides of the tin. You don't want to use your fork and eat straight from the tin. That's just not appealing at all. Now here's the fun bit. You add your vanilla batter first, just a couple of spoonfuls. You don't have to be exact because they're all the same and they're just going to bake the same. So you add a lot of vanilla first and a little bit of chocolate. I'd say 2 heaped tablespoons or 2 heaped spoons of vanilla to 2 medium-sized spoons of chocolate. Then you use a sharp knife or a toothpick and just kind of swirl it through, because you want there to be a swirl in your baked cake. So the best way to do that is to use a knife and then to just give it a good swirl, and then you repeat the process again till no batter is left in your bowls. Or maybe you just want to leave the slightest amount of batter so you can lick it later. No one has to know. So you can do that if you want to. I did. Not even ashamed. Then you just repeat the process. I have fast forwarded this because it's the same thing that I've done. Just added vanilla chocolate and swirled it with a knife till it looks nice and deliciously swirled and gorgeous. Also, I would recommend preheating your oven to 180 degrees Celsius. So by the time the cake goes in, the oven will be nice and hot and up to temperature. You want to make sure that it is up to temperature. Bake it in the center of the oven, center rack, and that would be for about 40 minutes. But if you figure out that your cake is getting too brown, like how mine has turned out, you could use a foil wrap or to to put it on top of the cake. That's totally optional. I love the browned edges. You could slice it off if you don't like how it looks and if you want it to have a good decent looking top, but I would suggest not to throw that off because it tastes delicious. It doesn't taste bitter at all. Now you're going to slice into your cake, and well, that's the best bit. Just let it cool though. Let it cool for about 40 minutes to an hour. It is difficult, but if you want to enjoy a cake that is as divine as this marbled loaf cake, the wait will be worth it. Look how gorgeous that is. Tea time is completely sorted for you, isn't it? I mean, one slice of this with your tea, that's the best tea time ever, trust me. So this was the marble loaf cake. If you like this recipe, please subscribe to my channel right now because I upload a new recipe every Thursday. You can also like my video if you enjoyed this, and also if you have any suggestions, note them down in the comments below. Goodbye.